everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and I am here actually at Buck's Auto Parts here in Sherwood Park. Although it's funny, if you search it up, it actually says Buck's Edmonton, but it's not. It's Sherwood Park, which Sherwood Park is sort of Edmonton, but regardless. So we're gonna check out what's around here. I know the classics are towards the back, but there's still some cool little stuff, like as an example, a LeBaron convertible. This one happens to be the V6, which should be a 3-liter Mitsubishi V6. And this one, and I don't really know much on these motors, to be honest, but you know, it's pretty cool. And like, it's on the racks and everything, which gotta love Bucks for that. You know, being a rag top and everything, it's pretty darn cool, to be honest, to see these vehicles around. And with 269,000 kilometers on it, this thing actually looks to be fairly clean, but who knows? I mean, this thing could have had the transmission pile up, the motor could have blew up, you know, whatever else, even it needing a top and stuff like that. They could have just said screw it and just junked it and brought it here. But let's see what else we can find. Alright, check this out as well. So we have, what's kind of cool is one of this era of the Grand Prix, which I like these a lot. You know, got the 3 sort of headlights on each side up front, and these could actually have, if you got the ASC McLaren version of these, they could have a 3.1 turbo in them, and they would be just really cool ass cars. They would have a bunch of luxuries and whatever else, and that door handle is broken, which is pretty common on these, to be honest, for that to happen. But I like the style of these, whatever else. These 3.1s are not the best motor in the world, but they do the trick, to be honest. I'd say this door handle is, there you go, it opens like that. And yeah, like, look at those seats, like, they just be so comfortable. And they look like they would hold you in place too, for the most part. But yeah, it's just kind of sad to see it in here, because it actually doesn't look to be that bad, but who knows. I mean, transmission could be piled up, could just be an old junker that nobody cared about, whatever else. And I mean, and to be fair, I get it. These things aren't exactly the best vehicles around, and they're not that desirable either, but I still find them really cool. Here we go. So here we have a Jeep Comanche. These are a pickup truck based off of the Cherokees. They all had the 4 liters, if I'm not mistaken, or sorry, the 4.2s, 4 liter depending on which year, or the 2.5 inline 4. Which service has? It's the inline 6 with a proper metal valve cover. That's nice. Finned metal valve covers. Actually, those are kind of coveted by the guys, because the AMC Eagle guys want those valve covers just due to the fact that, well, on the AMC Eagles, they were plastic, so that's a nice little upgrade, to be honest. And you can see inside, yeah, it's an automatic. These are very, very cool. They are one of the cooler, like, mid-sized trucks that they ever made, and they were very capable too, because like I said, this is anything Cherokee of this vintage can do, like an XJ Cherokee, these could do as well, so it's pretty damn cool. Now here's what I'm talking about. Just check out all these awesome classics here. You know, you got this Javelin sitting here, and you got an Opel GT and Chevette and whatever else, and there's a lot of Niva down there. There's this, and let's just delve right in here. So I think this is a Mercury Meteor, or maybe it's a Ford. Oh, it's a Comet. There you go. Mercury Comet. But it's cool. It's like a 62, 64-ish. Which, yeah, no catalytic converter. No shit. This car wouldn't have had a catalytic converter at all. Like, it's just kind of funny when you see that on there. It's like, yeah, of course, it doesn't have any cats, because this wouldn't have come with them. You got a little small block under the hood here, and it's too bad that carburetor looks pretty rough, because otherwise I'd actually take that carb. But because I'm always looking for those, you know, Motorcraft 2-barrel, like 2100s around, and because they got the Holly size jets in them, and they're just so convenient if you need to rejet it. You know, we have this big body, I think this is like a Buick Century or something like that. Buick LeSabre, there you go, right there. Very cool. It's like 75, 77-ish, somewhere in there. What does the windshield say? 75, there you go, right there. The seats are pretty good. Windows smashing it. You know, it's been stripped pretty good so far. And, you know, got the nice, actually I think that's a big block. You know, like a 455 Buick, I think. I could be wrong though, but if someone wants to tell me in the comments, they can. Yeah, no, and these were just super, super cool. I'm a big fan of these, but, you know, a lot of these are just, like, gone by the wayside, and it is kind of sad not to see these as much anymore, but I understand why. You know, they're just, it's a big old boat that most people didn't care about. Come towards more modern times. So here we go. We have, I think this is like a Nova or something along those lines of Buick Apollo, maybe. Whatever the Pontiac version of this was, I can't think of it. But yeah, no motor in it. There's no grill for me to. Oh, it's a Chrysler. 3.7 liter. Oh, so this was a slant 6. Okay, this is like a Aspen, yeah, or something along those lines, or like a Dart Sport or something. No, that's an Aspen, yeah. I don't remember them being this big, unless this is like a Newport or something. I don't know. This was kind of confusing me actually, because without seeing like all the stuff, like I mean, I can kind of see it, but I don't remember an Aspen being this big. But who knows? Actually, I'm going to go around like that. So, here we have a couple of Porsche 924s. Now, what's interesting about these, so the Porsche 924 is, Porsche snobs hate these cars because these were supposed to be a Volkswagen. But then Volkswagen didn't really want it. So then, you know, Porsche bought it up and then modified it slightly, and these use like a little 2-liter, I think, 4-banger, you know, Volkswagen engine, which overall it's very, very cool. Like, I like these little cars, to be honest. They're neat. Just cool little sports cars. I like the 944 more because it's like a 924 but a wide body on it. That's what a 944 is. Like, these things have been stripped pretty good so far, both the cars. But yeah, just never know what you're gonna find in a junkyard. Case in point, I think this is a Lincoln Mark III, or is it actually a Mark, or is it a Town? I think it's a Mark, judging by, yeah, it is a Mark, and I think it's a Mark III. It might be Mark IV, but I think it's Mark III. And these all had 460s in them. These were an incredible car in their day, and this one's just missing a lot. It's interesting, it doesn't have the opera window, which I'm surprised about, because they normally do. And, there we go. There's a transmission back here, which is probably the transmission out of this thing, I would assume. You know, it should be a C6. More than likely. And they made the Mark IIIs from 1968 until 1972. And like I said, they all had 460s, and this was the gentleman's hot rod. These things had, at their peak in like 1969, 1970, they had over 400 horsepower and like 600 foot-pounds of torque. Like, they were a beast, but they weighed a lot. Like, this is a 6,000-pound vehicle-ish. So, yeah, but overall, really cool. Back axles out of it, which I assume this would have had a disc brakes, 9-inch. That way, that's the reason why it's gone, more than likely. Here we have an El Camino. This is a G-body El Camino in a very, very sorry state. You know, the dash has been all tore apart. I mean, part of it's back there. And, yeah, no. These in their day were very cool. Actually, this was the last of the Utes altogether in North America. At the time anyways. They, you know, it's just such a shame. We got the 68 Parisienne wagon, which this car, now, these are Canadian only. Like, this would have had a small block Chevy, or maybe even a big block Chevy up front. Likely small block though, and they use Chevrolet frames. They use Chevrolet suspension, all that different stuff. I like the Pontiac specific, because these were Canadian only. And they're very interesting that way, honestly. I like them, but this one, again, it's pretty hurting. Here we have this cool old little hot rod thing. There's not much of it left, but it's actually fairly solid. And if somebody wanted to build this out, they could. I just don't know what you'd really do with it, but it's very, very, very cool. Here we have an AMC Pacer wagon, which, now what's interesting, so this door is actually 3 inches longer than the driver's door. And that was it was to motivate people to get in the back, to get into the passenger door. Again, AMC was weird. This one happens to have, it's the 252 in it. That's nice. Honestly, nice to see. Good little engines, to be honest. They'll go forever. Or sorry, not 252, 258. Apologies, 4.2 liter. And yeah, no, it's just awesome little things. And people would call these the fishbowl or the pregnant roller skates. And you know, the Pacer became very famous after Wayne's World came out. And you know, it's just very, very neat. And I like them. Wow, there's just so much classics here. So let's go this way and then I'll come back around. It's interesting to see this over here because this is not a classic at all. I mean, like it is, but it's not comparatively to the rest of this stuff from the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and whatever else. But, you know, that's pretty cool. XLT, 5 liter, you know. Wow, this is a Cadillac convertible. From like 53-ish, 52, somewhere in that range. These were the lap of luxury in their day, but as you can see, this one is in a much more of a sorry state. It actually is an automatic, which would have been quite rare to find, like automatic vehicles at this time. A lot of them would have still been manuals. Like they existed, but you know, it was for only the upper echelon vehicles, and this thing would have been gorgeous in its day, but sadly it's just in a dilapidated state now. Here we have, you know, one square body Chevy that happens to be a Silverado, and then we got another one over here, which this is a certain edition because you see the paint on the doors, whatever else, and along the body, you know. Ah, God, it's so tight in here. I found the Fox body that I was told about. So yeah, no, this thing's pretty cool. I like it. This is actually a Dodge, not a square body Chevy. That's my bad. Just realized that now, because I wasn't really paying attention, because again, my eyes are set on, there's a Fox body around the corner, because I think it's an early one. There's this cool little Ford here, but what it came after was this, which it's early. The fenders are sitting right here, front fenders, but they're kind of beat. This is a theft vehicle. See, it's too bad. Yeah, because like the hood's gone. Oh, geez, it's a little muddy back here. Is this trunk lid any good? Probably not. Nah, it's kind of rusty. And the taillights are gone / damaged. But yeah, I mean, how's this door looking actually? Oh, it's a 1979. Okay. 79 door here. So this car is a 79 itself. And you can see the AM radio, which I kind of want that trim around the radio. I might take that. And God, this thing's got a bunch of nice little parts in it. Black door panel there. This is a full black interior car. Man. And that dash pad's not terrible either. Like, I mean, it's got some little bit there. Wow. This is kind of a shame that's in here. Because honestly, like, this was nice. Like, it's even got a good windshield in it, I think. Yeah, a little tiny chip there. But, yeah, no. And these sail panels are difficult to find. I could get them out, though. I would just need to take apart a majority of this interior to do it. And it's got the same steering wheel that my Mustang has. The shifter is a little different than my car, but similar. Because it's got this, in drive, for some reason, it's green. Like, when my car was an automatic, it was the same shifter, but the drive wasn't green like that. Because, yeah. I mean, even people will go after these, too. Like, there's a lot of good parts on here. A lot of good parts. That's the headlight switch down there. Yeah, no. These were the deluxe doors on this one. Man. Hell, even like black seat belts. Let's see, are they good? No. They're... Actually, they are. Oh, it's only got one, though. Somebody stole the passenger side one. But damn. Yeah, I'm going to try and get that piece out there. Because damn, like, this is such a shame that's in here, because it's actually kind of clean. Because I'd want to get the sail panels off. I'd want to get that little trim piece off. And, yeah. We shall see. We shall see about this one, because, yeah. Let's see what I can do here. Sit rep. It actually is cracked down here, so I'm actually not going to take it, because I think I'd just break it if it came out. Which is sad, because mine around this is just black, and I'd like the wood, and actually like the wood in this one's nicer than mine. Like, it's fake, but... Oh, man. Even the steering wheel's nice, too. It's too bad it doesn't have the center for it, though. And this dash pad is not horrible. Like, it's not great. I wouldn't actually pull this one. If it was at my house, yeah, I'd put it in my car, but... It's out here, I'm not going to pay for it. But, yeah... I'm going to come back in here with my tools and get these sail panels. They're just too much of a unicorn thing to leave behind. Like, because even this door is not bad. Like, how's the rust on the bottom of this door, actually? Sorry, I'm spending so much time on this, but... This door is actually nice. What about that door? Because these are 79 doors, but... They open and close just so nicely. Let's see here. And actually, I just realized this is a 3.8 or the 2.8 V6. It's a very rare motor, actually, to find in a Fox body like this. Oh, these doors are nice. Yeah, I'll have to tell Keith about this one. Because, yeah, no. It's such a shame it's in here, because this is a clean car. But I get it. I do get it. Okay, let's carry on here. Sorry, I got excited about the Fox body. I knew it was gonna be over here. I just have a feeling. Because somebody tried to say, oh, just look in Fordland. I'm like, it's a classic. It's probably gonna be back here. So here we have this awesome Jeep Wagoneer. These were made by AMC Jeep from like 1962-ish, right up until 1993. But what's interesting is, like, they use this Duraspark, you know, units that they just have an AMC stamping on, but realistically, that's straight out of a Ford. These are there's gonna be a lot of different stuff on these that way, of where they pillage from Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge as well. And oh, there's another Fox body. That one happens to have a roll cage in it. Yo, I'm gonna have to check that out too. But yeah, these are very cool, and I'm a big fan of these. And Chrysler bought AMC strictly for Jeep, and they kept making these with the AMC 360 in them right up until 1993. They didn't change a damn thing about them, which is surprising. I thought they would have tried to adapt like a Chrysler motor or something like that in them, but nope, they did not. Just, wow, so much stuff. Like even this Eldorado here. You know, you got this like 62-ish Chrysler like Saratoga or something along those lines. You know, the Earl Exner years for these. And just incredible. What's that for a motor? Okay, just a standard V8. Nothing special. It's not like a 413 or anything like that. And yeah, no, it's really cool. I like it. Honestly. These are such a neat car. with the push button automatic. You can see it right up on the dash there. So cool, so cool. It's got a lot of usable parts on it, but yeah, just sad to see it in here, but I understand why. These things are kind of a nightmare to find parts for. And here we have a Fox body Mustang. You know, this is an Aero, and it's got a full roll cage in it. You know, it's not built that well, though. And, yeah, somebody chopped out the back portion of it. Oh! I know who chopped out the back portion of it. I ran into him, actually. Guy, he wants to sell me a motor and transmission. I ran into him, actually, when I was leaving Util. And yeah, like, even the hatch, actually, is not in bad shape. No. It's kind of sad that this is in here, because this was, you know, full-on race car, but you can see why. It got smashed in the front end. Like, even the structure that was put up here, yeah. They left the coil. But, honestly, this is very cool. Just, you know, remnants of a little Fox body race car. Now, let's go back to, again, I think this is a Chevrolet, like, 210 from, like, 52-ish, I think? I don't know, it might be a Pontiac, too. No, it's a Chevrolet. Okay. Cool as heck, man. Like, it's interesting, because with Util, they will, like, put stickers on everything to tell you what it is, but at Bucks, you just have to kind of guess. Or just be very knowledgeable. And I have a good amount of knowledge, but not as much as I'd like. So, there's a little Ranger over there. There is this Ford pickup from the 70s in here, which is cool. Just too bad that, you know, it's in here, but that's how it goes with these, right? Sorry, I'm kind of rushing along because I'm starting to lose a bit of energy, and I still want to pull those sail panels out of that car. But, yeah, no, that is freaking sweet. We have this rusty Ranger here. I don't know exactly what year this is, but what motor does it have? It has got, oh, 2.3. Okay, yeah. Little Lima in it. You know, it's a nice little parts truck, honestly. Bunch of parts that are still available on it, for sure. Hey, I got a couple of Beetles over there. Got a square body, another square body, another Ford early 70s one. You just don't know where you're gonna find. And like I said, sorry, I'm starting to lose energy here, so I gotta work a little faster. I had this video. Got this now. Okay. So this was in a crash involving the police. Like, it shows that on the side of it with some stickers. This is a cool old Oldsmobile, like 88 or 98. Badass, man, from the 70s and everything. I love it. You know, and actually what's beside it is pretty rare too. I like it. It's a 98, so this was the top of the line Oldsmobile at the time. You know, ultimate luxury, the biggest size, you name it. This thing's actually not in terrible shape. Like, kind of sad that it's in here, but I get it. I mean, it got smacked in the ass, and insurance probably wrote it off because they didn't see any value in this, and yet this thing's solid as hell. Then we have this Lincoln here, but this is a collector series, so this is a late 70s one. This would have been like a, because this is a Lincoln Mark V, and or at the very least town coupe, but I think it is a Mark V. Got the 460 up front here, I think. It's not a modified, is it? Let's take a look at the sticker. No, it is a modified. Okay. It is the 400 under there. So this is either a 78 or 79, probably a 79 collector series. And just the ultimate luxury inside. Like, these seats are just, oh, they're buckets. That's really rare. They're usually a bench seat. Extremely rare to find bucket seats like that. And just, oh, big fan of these. I've actually driven one of these. Same year as this one with the 400 in it. And they go surprisingly well for, you know, a smogger sort of motor. But they got torque, you know, and whatever else. I mean, these things are a whale. They're like 19 feet long and, you know, luxurious as hell, super comfortable, and just amazing. And also, if you want a Ford 9-inch, these are one of your best bet to find them. Because these cars are if you find them as parts cars, they're like a dime a dozen, and you know, you just don't, and you can get the rear ends for cheap that way. Oh, we have another Prix here, I think. I think so. You know, it's actually a fairly complete car overall. Missing a couple things. I mean, how that door closed seems solid, but like it does have some rust in it, whatever else. Like, again, sometimes when you see stuff in the junkyard, it makes you scratch your head as to why. And like, and to be honest, this could have just been sitting at somebody's farm or whatever. They just didn't care about it, and they sent it to the scrapyard. You know, they offered them like probably only like $500 for it. Oh, it's a Laurentian. Okay, so Pontiac Laurentian, which the Laurentian was a Canadian-only Pontiac as well, and they're cool. Honestly, I like these cars a lot. We got this. Whoa, that's really cool. Honestly, I'm losing my energy here. You know, got the town car here, which is cool. It's got the opera windows, which is kind of unusual for a town car. Usually the Mark 5s have, or the Mark series have the opera windows, so that was a rare option on that. But very cool. You know, got this kind of camper. Factory GMC, I think. Or Mercury, sorry. Mercury. Camper, which is cool as hell. You know, I've got the straight 6 in here. It's probably like a 240, maybe? 242, something like that. In there. Damn, that thing is amazing. I like it. I like it. It's cool. Let's see. Bunch of cool old vans here. Got the square body Dodge there. Got another El Camino / El Caballero. We do have this sweet, again, another Earl Exner Dodge from the 50s. And it's just so damn cool. So damn cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, just too bad it's like pretty roached out, and you know, it's just a parts car, but man, it's cool as heck. This thing was in a fire, you can tell just by looking at it. The roof is kind of buckled up like that, which is sad, but again, that's why it's in here, right? There's a remnants of a Firebird. Not much left of it, but there it is. Yeah, let's continue on here. You know, just, wow. I've heard this is a good spot to find classic cars and whatever else. I didn't realize it was this good. Because there's a lot of honey holes. Like, as an example, this is like a 68 to 72 Ford. Granted, it's like a 1 or over 1 ton. It's probably like a 2 ton. But yeah, that's cool as hell. Somebody would pay a mint for that. At least I'm pretty sure that's what this is anyways. Like, I can imagine somebody would pay a lot of money if this truck was going down the road. We have a first-gen Mustang here, which, again, it's pretty pillaged. The doors are rotten, but they're sitting here. You know, again, there's not much left of this dilapidated corpse, but it's here. Can't even tell if it was a V8 car or if it was a non-V8 car. Judging by those motor mounts, I think this was an inline 6 car, actually. So, you know, and it's kind of very light with the way it is right now, and being on the rocks like that, you can move it around so easy. Oh, there you go. Yep, it was an inline 6 car, because you can see right there, forelook. So there you go. Very cool. Very cool. This is an old Studebaker, I think. I think so. Like a Studebaker Lark, something like that, from the early 60s. It's got an inline 6 and dome pistons and everything. That's kind of cool. I think that's what this is. It's kind of cool though that you see like these old stickers, you know, from the 70s and whatnot, for like parking passes and stuff. It's very neat. Actually, this might be like a Ford or a Mercury product, come to think of it. I don't think it's a Studebaker. I could be wrong. I don't know. Somebody might want to tell me. It could be an AMC too, but I mean, that motor doesn't look right though, because I don't think that they're sleeved with the AMC straight 6, nor the Fords. I think it is a Studebaker. I don't know. Regardless, here we go. An early like early model Valiant. This is like a 60, I don't know, 62, 63, somewhere in there. Slant 6 under the hood. You know, which is pretty cool. And it was a 4-door. But this body style is pretty neat, and it's very underappreciated, you know. Not too many people like these as much until they went to the later body style for the Valiant / Dart in like 1967, really. But it's very cool, and like, look at how itty bitty that rear end is. So tiny, so cute. Carry on here, you know. Got the cool, I think that's an International actually. I think it's neat. Got the old 60s Ford / Mercury. You got a Mustang 2 here, which it has the 2.8 V6. You know, which these are based on the Pinto, and they were made from 1974 to 1978. Now, people scoff at these and think, oh, these, like, this was, because I saw a comment like about a week ago on a page that said the Mustang 2 Ford should have never made. Did you know that the Mustang 2 in 4 years outsold the S197 Mustang that was made for 9 years by about 100,000 cars? This kind of saved the company. It created a fuel-efficient offering and a small package for this, because like the Mustang was getting big by 1971 to 1973. Like, it was, there's a reason why Shelby kind of backed out, because it's like, no, you're making the car what I don't want. So yeah, kind of cool to see one, honestly, around. Here we have a little Chevette, which this thing doesn't look that bad. Yeah, no, it's an automatic, and it's a complete car. What's it doing in here? Like, this thing actually looks kind of nice. Like, you detail this thing, get the motor running, or just shove a small block in there like most guys did back in the day. This would actually be a good vehicle overall, I think. Why is this in here? Seriously, like, unless it's just roached out underneath, but I mean, that tells me it's probably not. It's got one little dent here. Like, what? There's no rust. Okay, sorry, there's a little bit of rust right there. But I mean, I've seen worse going down the road. Oh, that is such a shame. Such a shame. Here we have a lot of Niva, which is funny because when I was at Upel, I found another one of these. These actually, it's interesting. They decided to go with aluminum brake drums on these, and they didn't really work near as well as you would hope. They did have their issues, definitely. And you know, these are just so cool. Like, they are very much utilitarian vehicles. They use like a little tractor 4-banger up front, and you know, they're tough as hell, but they will give you problems. Although it's nice that the door almost opens at a 90-degree angle. That's kind of convenient. You know, they had a lot of success actually rallying these cars, and oddly enough, a lot of Niva is still built today. You know, Lada existed from about 1980-ish until like 1993 here in Canada and in the States. They just couldn't get a proper foothold around here, and I understand why. I mean, they're not very refined vehicle. They're just like bare bones, and that's not what people wanted at the time. So cool to see it though. I like these cars. I would never own one because they're a basket case and a half. Hey, there's another Slant 6. Another Dodge product. This is a later one. This is like a Dart 4-door from 70s, maybe even late 60s. Very cool. 4-wheel drums on it, and yeah. There's a lot that's been chopped off this one, so. You know, here we have this cool old, I think this is a Meteor, if I'm not mistaken. And this is an ambulance, but we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, no, this thing is cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And that is the side glass out of this. That's probably very rare, and somebody might want that. I don't think a motor is supposed to do that. Yeah, no, it's definitely a, yeah, it's like a late 60s Mercury Meteor or something like that. Very cool. But then we go to something that I want one of these someday. This is an Opel GT. And these are just so cool. People would call these, you know, the mini Corvette, because admittedly it does kind of look like a C3 Corvette. Just small. And, you know, 4-cylinder motors, and, like, I mean, honestly, super, super cool. These were the first, like, General Motors product to actually have a 5-speed transmission in them. And, yeah, the Opel GT didn't last very long, but they're just so damn cool. I'm a big fan of these cars, to be honest. Like I said, I want one, but not in the cards right now. Definitely nowhere near. I found them relatively cheap from time to time, but they need, like, everything when I find them, so, yeah. Here we have a Datsun 280 ZX by the looks of it. It's seen better days, definitely. And, yeah, there's not much left of this dilapidated corpse. It's been rather hammered. You know, we have this cool AMC Javelin here, which is interesting. It's an inline 6 car. It's not a V8, which is kind of rare to find a Javelin with the inline 6. That's kind of cool. So that's a 258, 4.2 liter inline 6 in a Javelin. It's an automatic, you know, on the column. This is just damn cool. It's too bad that it's like, I mean, it's really gone. Somebody cut out the recorder here and part of the roof, you know, to get some parts and whatever else, but very cool. Very, very, very cool. Cool little caddy here. You know, square body Suburban and a few other things. But, yeah, sorry. I'm losing energy here, so I'm going to just end the video here. I really appreciate everybody tuning into this video, because honestly it was really cool to make it. You know, and it's one of these things, because I've heard this place is amazing. Didn't realize it had all this in here. It's damn cool. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.